Ghost Mataji? Something. Oh no, we can see, right?
Can you see that on my screen?
Yeah. You are live, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Thank you, bro. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottavam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirate Nashtapraye Sabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10 Canto, Chapter 12, the killing of the demon Agasura. We are going to cover the summary and the first text. The killing of the demon Agasura. This chapter describes in detail Krishna's pastime of killing Agasura. One day, Krishna wanted to enjoy a picnic lunch in the forest, and therefore he went out early into the forest with other cowherd boys, accompanied by the respective groups of cows. While they were enjoying their picnic, Agasura, the younger brother of Putna and Bakasur, appeared there, desiring to kill Krishna and his companion. The demon, who had been sent by Kamsa, assumed the form of a python, expanding himself to a length of 8 miles and the height of a mountain. His mouth seeming to extend from the surface of the earth to the heavenly planets. Having assumed this feature, Agasura lay on the road. Krishna's friends, the cowherd boys, thought that the demon's form was one of the beautiful spots of Vrindavan. Thus, they wanted to enter within the mouth of this gigantic python. The gigantic figure of the python became a subject of their sporting pleasure, and they began to laugh, confident that even if this figure were dangerous, Krishna was there to protect them. In this way, they proceeded toward the mouth of the gigantic figure. Krishna knew everything about Agasura, and therefore he wanted to forbid his friends to enter the demon's mouth. But in the meantime, all the cowherd boys, along with their groups of cows, entered the mouth of that gigantic figure. Krishna was waiting outside, and Agasura was waiting for Krishna, thinking that as soon as Krishna entered, he would close his mouth so that everyone would die. While waiting for Krishna, he refrained from swallowing the boys. In the meantime, Krishna was thinking of how to save the boys and kill Agasura. Thus, he entered the mouth of the gigantic Asura. And when he was within the demon's mouth along with his friends, he expanded his body to such an extent that the Asura suffocated and died. After this, Krishna, by casting his nectarian glass upon his friends, brought them back to life, and with pleasure they all came out unhurt. Thus Krishna encouraged all the demigods, and they expressed their pleasure and happiness. For a crooked, sinful person, there is no scope of Sajya Mukti, or becoming one with the effulgence of Krishna. But because the Supreme Personality of Godhead entered the body of Agasura, by his touch, this demon got the opportunity to merge into the existence of the Brahman effulgence, and thus attain Sayuja Mukti. When this pastime was performed, Krishna was only 5 years old. 1 year later, when he was 6 years old, and he stepped into the Paganda age, this pastime was disclosed to the inhabitants of Raja. Parishik Maharaj inquired, why is that his pastime was disclosed only after 1 year, and yet the inhabitants of Raja thought that it had been performed that very day? With this question, the chapter 12 ends. Text 1. Shukovacha. Kavachidva nasaya manodhatat vrajat. Rathas matu taya vayasya vatsapan. Prabhu dayan trinang rave nacharuna. Vinirgato vatsa paraha saro hari. Synonyms. Shukovacha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Kavachit, one day, Vana Asaya, just to enjoy a picnic in the forest. Manaha, mind. Dadhat, gave attention. Brajat, and went out of Rajmumi. Pratah, early in the morning. Samudhaya, waking up. Vayasya Vatsapan, the cowherd boys and the calves. Prabhodhayan, to get everyone to rise, waking up and informing them. Ravena, by sounding the bugle made of horn. Charuna, very beautiful. Vinirgatha, came out of Brajbhumi. Vatsam Pudaha Saraham, keeping the respective groups of cows in front. Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation by His Divine Grace, Isi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Sukadeva Goswami continued, O King, one day Krishna decided to take his breakfast as a picnic in the forest. Having risen early in the morning, he blew his bugle made of horn and woke all the cowherd boys and calves with its beautiful sound. Then Krishna and the boys, keeping their respective groups of cows before them, proceeded from Rajabhumi to the forest. Om Agyanat Mirandasya Gyananjanatalakaya Chutpilamitam Janatasmai Sri Guruvai Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, all. Hare Krishna, nice seeing you there.
Hare Krishna, my friends. Big
Thank
hug.
you for
I miss you.
big hug. Thank you so much for being there this morning. So, well, thank you for the opportunity to serve Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. So, let's just for a moment imagine the setting. One beautiful morning in Vrindavan, Krishna appears as a little 5-year-old cowherd boy, and who is going with his brother Balram to meet his friends for a picnic. And one morning, so after he blows his horn, and all the cowherd boys joyfully come together, carrying their own lunch and bring their cows, and so they follow Krishna into the forest. They're playing, they're singing, just like a little child, little children. And again, Krishna was just 5. And so each moment with Krishna was filled with laughter and love. And these are not just regular, people. They're special personalities who have descended to be part of Krishna's pastime. And even great yogis who perform austerities for ages cannot attain a fraction of the mercy that these cowherd boys enjoy. Can you imagine the chance to play directly with the Supreme Lord, who's the source of everything? And as they played, the demon Agasura, the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura, we remember those two. He was also sent by Kamsa, and he was burning with revenge because obviously Krishna had killed Putana and Bakasura. So he said, I'm going to kill Krishna and his friends too. So he assumed this terrifying form of a python. Can you imagine just the 8-mile long python and the height as a mountain? His mouth was wide open and like a massive cave, and his tongue like a road, and his fiery breath burned the air. So the innocent boys mistaken his mouth to be, like a natural wonder or a playful statue. They were debated whether to go in or not. So some said, like, it kind of look alive. Others joked and they said, well, even if there is danger, no big problem. Krishna is there. He will protect us. So they were laughing and clapping, and then they ran into the mouth of this python. And so, because they trusted their friend, they trusted Krishna completely. This is a very important point, the trust. Krishna knew the danger and, of course, tried to stop them, but they had already entered. And Agasura didn't swallow them, didn't kill them at once, because he said, like, I'm just waiting for Krishna. Once he's in, I will have them all. And so Krishna entered the mouth, and as soon as he entered the mouth, Agasura closed his mouth. But then Krishna expanded his transcendental body inside Agasura, and it was blocking his throat, so it was choking him. So unable to breathe, the demon suffocated, his eyes bulged, and his live air just burst from the top of his head. And after Agasura's death, Krishna restored the calves and boys to life by his merciful glance, and altogether they emerged from the demon's body unharmed. And from the serpent's body came this effulgent light, So, and that merged into Krishna's, entered into Krishna's body. So this also is important because it shows that even a sinful demon is purified by Krishna's touch and attend Sajyamukti, attend liberation. And at the time, the demigods showered flowers, and the Gandharvas were singing, the Apsaras were dancing, and all the sages were offering prayers. Even Lord Brahma came to witness the astonishing event. And this is key to the next pastime. So they dry up the body of Agasura, and they became a large cave, and later was visited by the people of Rajas, a sacred place. So again, this pastime occurred when Krishna was 5 years old, but was revealed to the residents of Raja only a year later. And the mystery leads to the next pastime, and Lord Brahma had something to do with it. So I'm sure many of you already know what happened and what is that pastime, but I'm not going to discuss it right now. So Sukadeva Goswami explained that such wonderful displays are natural for Krishna. He is the cause of all causes, and who mercifully appears as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda Maya. And even Agasura, who once hated Krishna, achieved liberation just by entering Krishna's body. And once again proven that even a moment's contact with Krishna grants eternal benefit. How much greater than the fortune of those who always remember Krishna with love, right? So from these pastimes, we can learn. What was the first element that we saw with the children? Faith, right? Steady faith. The cowboy boys were not worried. They said, well, if something happened, Krishna is there. That's inflating faith, Do we have that faith, that level of faith? Something is going on, and it's like, yes, well, okay, Krishna is there. But let me see something else, Do I really, trust in the Lord? It's a beautiful prayer. Says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Under all circumstances, He will make your paths straight. So they did not fear because Krishna was with them. They had confidence in Krishna, and that was spontaneous. It was pure devotion. And Krishna reciprocated to this love by entering the mouth of Agasura and rescuing his friends. And just look at Krishna's mercy. He knew that Agasura wanted to kill him. And he saw, well, okay, he's going to get liberated today. So Agasura, what does Agasura represent? Agasura represents cruelty and violence. Okay, so he personifies the tendency within the conditioned soul towards violence, towards actions that cause suffering to others. And when this happens, it only hardens the heart. When we chant, it cleanses, it removes, sense, it removes all the dust accumulated for years. It softens the heart. When you say it has a soft heart, it means it has a caring heart. It has a humble heart, a loving heart. It's a soft heart. But someone with that causes misery, causes pain to others, they having so many anarthas, that hardens the heart. Hiranyakashipu, right? What do we say? He has stone-like heart. So this is no different. So for someone who has a stone-like heart, there is no space for compassion, which is one of the pillars of Dharma. He wanted to kill innocent children and cows, and according to Shastra, our Dharma is to protect the innocent. Who are those? Children, women, elderly, cows, brahmanas. So we are not in Vedic times, but we can apply these principles. We must protect our elderly. We must protect our children, protect women. So long we are in this material world, everyone will have a tendency to get angry, to speak in a bad tone, and many times being insensitive or indifferent to others' suffering. What is that? It's just lack of empathy. However, Krishna, when we call him, when we have faith in him, and we become in touch with him, with his holy name, then he destroys these tendencies. And eventually we develop kindness, we develop respect, and Krishna is love. He has given us that capacity to love. So why are we not receiving it? Is it because we don't want it, or because we are not ready? Remember, he has given us a wonderful gift, and that gift is free will. He is not going to, he's sitting in our heart, Paramatma. He's witnessing everything. He's witnessing our actions, our words, our thoughts, right? But he's not interfering. So it's our choice. And I thought I would leave a few minutes before ending, or before closing, because I want to share with you, since we are in Kartik also, and we've been talking about Krishna's pastimes. So I thought I could share with you some pictures and could travel to those places, particularly during this auspicious month of Kartik. So, particular to this topic, let's visit the place where Krishna partook lunch with his friends, and he even had a slide. So let me just share those pictures with you. I thought it would be a nice way to end today's class. Can you all see?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Vrindavan. Of course, I'm guessing all of you have been there. So this is Braj. This was summer, so that's why it looks so dry. But this is Vrindavan. Of course, high temperatures in Vrindavan. Can you see Krishna's foot here? There's supposed to be Krishna's footprint here. It's in the Nandagaon. I don't remember the place where this was, but it's supposed to be Krishna's footprint. See? This is, according to the local Brajavasis, they say that this is Krishna's slide. This is that Krishna used to play with his friends and slide from here. They will come to the top and they will be sliding. So we can just imagine. So even Krishna likes to slide and play with his friends. Oh, and talking about the picnic, right? So these are supposed to be Krishna and Balram's tali balls. It's also on the gown, and it's the Bhojan Thali. So you can see, we can imagine when we were talking about Krishna having partaken lunch with his cowherd friends. So we can imagine, his thalis and sitting just next to Krishna. How wonderful that would have been. Everybody happy, some sounding the horns, offering fruits, boga to Krishna. Dao and Balram sitting next to him. Look at the faces of all the Gopas. There's no worry, there's no frown, there's nothing, there's just bliss, it's just happiness. When can we stay that? This one was the milk mark. It says that Krishna spilled milk here, and it continues to stay and stay in that rock. It just continues to be there. Again, this is from the local Brajavasis. And then we go to the different kunds. This is was Yudhishthira Maharaj's seat. We can see like bronze. Oh, now we just have the appearance of Radhakunda. So we have Shamkunda and Radhakunda. So I thought would be nice to share some pictures with all of you before closing today's class. We just take us back for a moment to Vrindavan, and just try to acquire that faith, that trust in the Lord with our heart, and really understand that He's there, and He's there in our heart. He's there in the heart of every living being, and when we are kind to everyone, that's Krishna. He's there to protect us. He's there to guide us. We just have to listen. We must remember the right vision is not this vision, it's this vision. So, and finally, just was reminded of something that my Guru Maharaj said. I will share that with you. He said, and this is from His Holiness Niranjana Swami. A Vaishnava elevates others by being merciful, tolerant, and compassionate, and by seeking out their good qualities and encouraging them to use those qualities in Krishna's service. With that, I close today's class. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to serve Srimad Bhagavatam, to serve you all. We have a lot of things coming up next week. We have Govardhan Puja, Diwali Govardhan Puja on Tuesday. Please come, join us, bring your book. It's going to be wonderful, most wonderful festival. And we continue with our offering diyas every day. What time? What time do we do? 6:30 or 7?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay, so 7 o'clock we do Damodarastakam, we offer diyas. And during all this month of Kartik, we study, we don't read, we study Damodarakshakam as instructed by Srila Prabhupada. And this Sunday class is going to be given by His Grace Ananta Chaitanya Das on Diwali. What is the meaning of Diwali? And so please join us. The topic actually is the topic says Diwali, lighting the path of devotion and duty. So we can just imagine what an important topic that is. And Radharani is, of course, already have the menu out. Please visit our Facebook page or website for more information. Thank you so much. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhuvevacha patitanam pavanevya vaishnavevyo namo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Have a nice day.
Hare Krishna, Bhante. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Happy Govardhan.
Yeah, looking forward.